The NFL world is currently shaking to its core because of a massive rumor coming out of Philly that could change the entire landscape of the NFC East. Everyone is asking the same explosive question. Are the Philadelphia Eagles actually insane enough to trade away their most dominant defensive force, Jalen Carter? The mere thought of moving a generational talent like Carter has sent the fan base into a total meltdown, but a bombshell report just dropped that flips this entire story on its head. Stick around, because what's really happening behind the scenes in the front office is even more shocking than the trade rumors themselves. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. The city of brotherly love was on the verge of a riot this week. Rumors started spreading like wildfire that the Eagles were shopping Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle who has basically been a human wrecking ball since he stepped onto the field. Imagine trading away a guy that offensive coordinators lose sleep over. But hold your horses, because the ultimate NFL insider, Adam Schefter, just stepped in to nuke those rumors from orbit. Schefter confirmed that the Eagles have never, and I mean never, made Jalen Carter available. In fact, they aren't looking for draft picks. They're looking at a massive, record-breaking contract extension. We are talking highest paid in the league type of money. The Eagles aren't moving their cornerstone. They're preparing to lock him in a vault and throw away the key. But while the Carter situation is a massive relief, the defense just took a brutal hit in another department. Do you think the Eagles' defense can survive without their projected breakout star in the middle? Drop a name in the comments of who you think is the most underrated player on this roster. The vibes took a dark turn when defensive coordinator Vic Fangio dropped some disastrous news. Linebacker Jihaad Campbell, the 22-year-old phenom expected to fill the massive void left by Nakobe Dean, is sidelined. A nasty shoulder injury is going to cost him almost the entire offseason. For a young kid trying to master a complex defense, missing these reps is a total nightmare. The Eagles are high on his potential, but starting the season behind the eight ball is a recipe for a slow start. Speaking of nightmares, have you ever heard of a trade so cursed it literally vanished? Last season, the Eagles thought they pulled off a masterclass by snagging cornerback Jaire Alexander from the Ravens for basically pennies, a 2026 sixth round. It looked like a low-risk, high-risk. Then things got
It really dictates the
10 days
defense.
after the trade, Alexander just retired. Gone. Poof. The Eagles got absolutely nothing for their effort. But the real mystery, the trade, doesn't even show up on the Eagles' official transaction logs, even though the NFL and the Ravens have it on record. Rumor has it there's a massive legal dispute happening behind closed doors to get that draft pick back. It's shades of 2017 all over again, when the John Durenbo's trade was reversed due to his heart condition. But wait until you hear about the massive gamble the Eagles just took on a player who might be his own worst enemy. Enter Riq Woolen. The Eagles just inked this 26-year-old physical freak to a one-year prove-it deal. On paper, he's a superstar. He's tall, he's fast, and he's a ball hawk. But the red flags are flying high. This guy is a penalty magnet, racking up 30 flags since 2022, the most of any defensive back in the league. Last year's NFC Championship was a total disaster for him. He made a great play against Puka Nacua, but then he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He taunted the Rams' sideline, got hit with a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and gave up a 34-yard touchdown on the very next play. It was a legendary meltdown. Can the Eagles coaching staff fix his discipline, or is this signing a ticking time bomb? While the defense is a roller coaster, the offense is preparing for a total transformation. Howie Roseman is known for being a draft wizard, and the latest intel suggests he's eyeing a top 10 talent who might fall right into his lap at pick 23. We are talking about Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq. This kid is a freak of nature, and some scouts think he's the best player at his position in years. Why would the Eagles go tight end? Because things are getting very complicated with franchise legend Dallas Goedert. Goedert just set a record with 11 touchdowns, but his contract is becoming a salary cap anchor. The Eagles have already brought in guys like Johnny Munt and Grant Calcaterra as insurance. But if Sadiq is there at 23, Roseman might pull the trigger and move on from the veteran era. But even with all this uncertainty, one player just proved that if you put in the work, the reward is life-changing. Jordan Davis just secured the bag with a massive contract extension, and his reaction was pure heart. He credited the legendary Brandon Graham for teaching him what it means to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Graham told him that if he worked hard and showed the city he cared, the fans would embrace him forever. Davis took that to heart, ground through the tough times, and now he's a foundational piece of this defense alongside Jalen Carter. It's a perfect example of the culture Howie Roseman is building. Win the game in the trenches, reward your own, and always keep an eye on the future. The Eagles are playing high-stakes chess while the rest of the league is playing checkers. They're shutting down fake trade rumors, gambling on volatile talents like Woolen, and preparing to draft the next generation of superstars. If the front office truly believed Jalen Carter is the future, do you think they should break the bank for him right now? Or wait to see if he can carry this defense to another Super Bowl? The identity of this team is changing right before our eyes, and the stakes have never been higher. Would you like me to analyze the potential salary cap impact if the Eagles do decide to give